My name is Jaime Powell, and I live in Ashland. I work for La Clinica in Medford. First, I would like to acknowledge that this meeting is happening on the unceded land of the Shasta and Tacoma people. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for taking the time to hear from your constituents, the people you represent, and the people that have voted you in. I want to invite you, Mayor and Council, to take a moment to notice that each of you and myself are of the dominant culture in an unfortunately white supremacist government and legal system. While I understand that Ashland and Police Chief Ty are interested in dismantling racism, investigating bias, and creating our city as more equitable and more safe for Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color, Ordinance 3176 is a step backwards in relationship to the goal of equity, diversity, and inclusion. I'm deeply concerned about this council and what level you all are actually consulting with people who have more marginalized identities than yourselves. I'm curious if you're taking the time to ask a trans person, a person of color, an Indigenous person. I'm curious if you're honestly taking the time to speak with your constituents with different lived experiences than yourself. I so often hear from unaware white people in this community about how safe Ashland is, while in equal and opposite expression, I hear from Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color that the level of white ignorance, white fragility, and unconscious white supremacy is actually terrifying, stifling, and deeply problematic. The fact that Ordinance 3176 is even being contemplated by this council shows me that the leadership of this city seriously needs a giant pause and an urgent training in dismantling racism and deconstructing whiteness, so that your constituents, all of your constituents, can actually live life relaxing and enjoying Ashland. I see a future for Ashland that is actually honestly a safe place for all because of the emphasis in dismantling racism, deconstructing whiteness, and engaging in active reparations with Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color. Thank you.